hidden behind the trunk of an old oak tree. Xander pulled the worn leather volume from the folds of his jacket. The binding cracked as he flipped open the pages, and a musty smell wafted from the paper, making him feel at home. The words scrawled across the pages, however, were anything but familiar. The language was ancient, which begged the question, why had Cassie even wanted it in the first place? Why do I? Just holding the book brought him back to their hours together in the libraries of Rinthos, and long days filled with endless debates. No one had challenged him the way she had. No one had stimulated him so much either. But it had been a lie. Every moment they'd spent together, she'd only been pretending. Xander sighed and dropped his head against the bark. Cassie had been born beneath the mist. She'd spied on Lyana for a foreign king. She'd coordinated the attack in the sacred nest. She'd cut off Rafe's wings. So again, he asked, why had he kept it? He could have let the book drown alongside his homeland. He could have let Cassie drown too, but he hadn't. As the House of Whispers had been swallowed by the sea, he and Lyana had saved her life. Were they fools? Were they idealists? Maybe those were two sides of the same coin. He didn't know. But if he closed his eyes, he could still see her lifeless body strewn across the damp planks of the ship where they'd left her, and the very thought made him ill. I should have known I'd find you with a book. Lyana. Xander pushed off the tree and spun to face her. His cheeks flushed, and a guilty feeling stirred in his chest. If the princess noticed, she didn't show it. Amusement lit her eyes. Were you reading? No. He sighed and stuffed the book back beneath his jacket. No matter how much he fought the sensation, he couldn't deny that it was a comfort to have that weight against his breastbone. Just thinking. Nothing good, judging by the look on your face. He tried to refute her, but found himself mute. Nothing good indeed. What did he have to be happy about? His isle had fallen from the sky. His mother had died in the process. His people were homeless. His kingdom was ruined. Xander prided himself on his optimism, but even his well had run dry. I'm sorry, Lyana murmured, taking his hand. Xander's eyes met warm green ones. For what? For not being there to help you. For not being strong enough to stop it or quick enough to save her. His heart lurched. He knew to which her she referred. A scene came to life in the back of his mind, of his mother in her royal rooms as the ceiling caved in, crushing even her stubborn spirit under the rubble. Now she was entombed beneath ocean and fog, out of his reach, but hopefully her soul had found some sort of rest. His patron god, Tetanos, owed him that at least. We'll save the rest, he finally said, and squeezed her fingers. Now it was Lyana's turn to let doubt cloud her features. Could she be the hope their people needed? Could she convince them to trust in her magic? Whether they believe us or not, whether they want our help or not, somehow we'll find a way to save them. Not just the ravens, but everyone. A horn sounded through the forest. They're ready for us, Lyana said, pulling away. He held on to her hand. Are you? You asked me that yesterday. And now I'm asking again. He dropped her fingers but didn't release her gaze. I know we're meant to be mates in name only, but even that is a promise you don't need to give. I've heard the prophecy. I know you're meant for more. And sometimes a good sleep can open a person's eyes. Xander, she cut in. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't want to. You, of all people, should know that. Does the world below need me? Yes. But so does our world. So do our people. And I won't abandon them. I refuse to believe I must choose one or the other. I'm going to help them both. And you're going to help me, whether you want to or not.